A lot of people are telling me that the Mist Lynx is one of the mechs that they struggle most with, but I might just have found a build that will end your struggles with this particular mech model. Hi friends, I'm TTB, welcome back to Clan Engineering. Today's mech is our light mech, the Mist Lynx. This little bad boy is a little bit of a conundrum because it doesn't allow for very many weapons. All of them are arm mounted only, so it is a very big challenge to actually find something that packs a punch yet doesn't break the bank. In the tonnage department we have a very light mech here, only 25 tons, so anything that we can put in here is going to be going through the measure to make sure that we are not overloading our mech here. But this combination right here, 2 SRM4s and 3 ER small lasers, should be ideal for close range encounters and brawling with a nice bit of DPS that should get you through the first missions, no problem. Let's go ahead, have a look at the mech build in the mech bay, and then we'll take it out into the training bay and into an actual mission to check out if it works or if I'm just blowing up hot air. Alright guys, here we are in our mech bay. As I already said, the Mist Lynx is coming in at 25 tons. If we look at the marketplace and the standard stats of the mech, it is it's nothing to write home about. We're coming in at a 44.6 firepower, including the arms, I believe. 113 kph of speed. We've got some jump jets, which is nice. Our armor value is 134, which is not enough, not by a long shot. And the weapon systems are going to be 2 machine guns, 1 LRM-10, and a Streak SRM-4. And yeah, that's it. That's it. If you guys don't feel very good about that, then you are feeling like me. So let's have a look at what we can do about this. Once again, by the way, this is the radar paint job. Now here we are in our little mecha app, and as you can see guys, this is not the standard Mist Lynx Prime. I've modified this a little bit. The good news is that you will only need the Bravo Omnipod set to make all of this work. So you only have to unlock one Omnipod set, the Bravo Omnipod set, to make this thing together. Now, for the center torso, there is really no alternative between the Prime, the Bravo, the Alpha, and the Charlie, and the Delta. They're all the same, there's no difference in armor, so we will use the Bravo Omnipod because that is what we got with the Bravo Omnipod system. Then, for the right torso, also with the Bravo Omnipod, the only thing I did is I put a half-ton Ferro Armor Pod in there. Once again, no difference between all of these other pods. Half-ton Ferro Armor Pod, everything else is just the same. On the other side, you can't put anything in, unfortunately. They have fixed double heat sinks in here, so there is no change that you can make to any of those. So don't worry about it, it's just gonna be a little bit under armored on that side. For the head component, the same thing. There is no head component that has a slot for a weapon, so they all have the same armor value. You can just go with the Bravo. Now here is where things get a little bit more interesting. On the legs, we actually can fit a half-ton, or a 0.25 tons in this case, of armor onto our leg right here, which gets our armor up to 19.6 per each leg, which is of course a nice bit of help up from the 10 that it had before. And then with the arms, well, in the left arm of our Bravo, we've got 2 ER small lasers, a half-ton Ferro Armor Pod, and 1 ton of SRM ammo. Right here's the lighter end actuator, by the way, 10 damage for that thing, so we have to remove 2 of those later on, of course, from our Alpha Strike firepower. So the firepower for this particular build is going to be 34.2 damage. For the right arm, we have 2 SRM4 launchers, an ER small laser, a Ferro Armor Pod with 0.5 tons, and 2 tons of SRM ammo, bringing the total to 3 tons of SRM ammo, 2 SRM4s, and 2 ER small lasers in the left arm, 1 in the right arm, so 3 ER small lasers in total. That doesn't sound like much, but these are fast cycling weapons, guys, so you should be able to do quite a bit of damage early on with this. And yeah, firepower 34 is not too bad. DPS is at 15.11, which is quite nice to be. If you compare this once again to, let's say, the normal version of it, let's see, how much did we change? 14.7. Yeah, but I'm trusting the 14.7 because that means 2 machine guns that you can only use below 150 meters, an LRM-10 that will not work extreme close range and is gonna spread like crazy, and the Streak SRM-4 that also requires you to lock onto your target. So, yeah. One of these numbers is not like the other. One of these numbers is really bad. So, let's go ahead. By the way, if you're looking for pilots for this particular mech, I think Jaden would make a fine use out of this, but let's be honest, at this point in the start of the game, you don't have any skills, so it doesn't really matter, right? That needs to be said. Let's jump into the sim pod, go to the training simulation first, and we're just gonna go ahead and shoot a couple of targets, and once we've done that, then we will just take a random early game mission. I'll jump into that and then we'll just see how it feels. I'm not going to play the full mission, but I'm just going to give you guys an idea of how it's going to feel. First up, send everyone to the back. Okay, so we've got our build here. My recommendation for the loadout is like this. Lasers together, SRMs together, 2 weapon groups. Remember, keep it simple, guys. We don't want to deal with too much stuff. And of course, then also we have the hands if you're going to get into a boxing match. Now, importantly, how do you fight against other light mechs of a similar weight class? This is a 20-ton Locust, we are 25 tons, so it is a okay comparison. This guy has 2 RM5s and a medium laser. We've got 3 ER smalls and 2 SRM4s. Well, he's dead. So, close range, quite nice. This is a tank you come up against quite often early in the game. It's a one-shot. J. Edgar's also one-shot, so that's good. Centurion, unlikely we find one, but let's shoot it. That's one shot. 2 shots on a Centurion with a Mist Lynx. Not too shabby. And notice the heat? Not too bad, right? Let's just go ahead and do the custom-made test on the Atlas CT. See how long it takes us to get through there. It's 1 shot, 2, 3, 4. 4 and a wet sneeze. So, not too bad. Again, we won't find this in the early missions, I believe, but even if you had to kill it, you would have good chances against this thing, unless you get hammered, of course, with the AC-20 into the cockpit. That would not be a pleasant experience. So, like I said, in terms of firepower, I think we got quite a bit here. I don't think this thing has to hide from any other mech. Wow, that was actually a jump shot. The only downside, of course, is since we're using SRMs, you kind of have to get a little bit more close than you would otherwise do. By the way, big tip, if you need to destroy tanks, just do a walkthrough. Worst case scenario, just do a walkthrough. Okay, so I would say fair assessment, build works quite nicely. In terms of ammo, we still have a lot of ammo left at this point. I really think that 3 tons of ammo is the sweet spot. You could go for 4, but that of course would mean that you will leave a lot of armor on the field. Now, I've shown you what it does on the training fields. Let's take this into an actual mission and see what happens. I have no idea how this is going to work out or not. Maybe it's going to be a complete lemon. Let's see. Alright, this might be a good mission here. This is the 4th mission on Santander. At this point, you would realistically have access to these kinds of mechs. Of course, gonna ton down my friends a little bit, because right now they're a little bit over tonnage. Let's see, something light, maybe this Kid Fox right here. Okay, launch simulation. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. By the way, can we just take a second to appreciate how quickly this game loads? It's kind of insane. Alright, mechs here. Switch our weapons. Of course, spoilers warning if you have not played this mission yet. And like I said, we don't really care about the mission. We only care about seeing how this thing works. Is it gonna kill, so to speak?
No way to avoid enemy contact, but we need to move fast. Prime your weapons.
Ah, we got a couple of turrets right here. There's a commando coming in. He's gonna try to brawl with us. 1 shot, he's almost dead. He's now dead thanks to our teammate. Alright. Panther coming up. This is actually a little bit more armored than most targets right here. Hit him with the SRMs, drop down, lasers and SRMs. Get him close for the kill and the boom. Alright. Not too shabby. And I'm gonna try to go with a little bit of speed here to have like the classic light mech gameplay, right?
We're with you, Star Commander.
Well, Lance right now is pulling apart a little bit because we have different speeds. Some faster mechs, some slower mechs. Should be fine though. And I'm just pushing ahead right now, which you normally wouldn't do if you're playing this. And yes, this is on expert difficulty. It's always people that claim that I'm not playing on expert difficulty just because they can't believe apparently that I'm not having trouble at this game.
More killers incoming.
But then again, I've been playing Mechwarrior online against human opponents on the highest level for the past 8 years, so, you know. Let's just say I've been around the block a little bit. No, that SRM shot did not hit. Because Riverjacks are very small, they're kind of hard to hit. Let's go for that mech coming in here. It's a fire starter. And he's toast. Nice, and he's exploding. Let's see if we can get away before the reactor explosion occurs. Cool guys, do not look at explosions. That J. Edgar lived after the first shot. It's okay. Hitting targets that are moving, of course, is always a lot harder. But so far we've lost 2% of our HP, right? And I've been literally running ahead in a unsafe manner. Wouldn't recommend to play like this. He's lagged, by the way. Toast. There's another mech coming in behind us right here.
First wave is down.
That's a spider though, he can't do much. Oh, that was a miss.
We need to keep moving.
That's a hit. Evasive little bugger. Alright.
Maybe that is where they are keeping the prisoners.
Only one way to find out.
Sending us in blind.
I wish we had a couple more stronger targets to fight right now. Maybe I should drop this in a more difficult mission or in a later mission. See how it does there. But yeah, I mean, it's just turrets right now. We can easily reach those with area smalls. Don't be too worried about ER smalls. There's gonna be a couple of dudes dropping in from the top though. Spider again, 2 spiders. Okay, let's get in there. Spider, where art thou? Just gonna go run in like crazy. There we go. He's toast. I said you're toast. There we go. There's the other spider. And he's currently getting destroyed. Also, don't look at what just hit him. That's secret. That's for the next video. Don't look at it. Here. Do not look at this! Okay. I mean, I have no idea how long to make this.
Data core is empty.
I think it's gonna be like, this is gonna be like, oh my god, it's a trap, right? Let's see. Okay.
Damn it. Still nothing. Data cores are completely wiped.
It's a trap!
Star Commander, I have movement on my sensor display. We have a hostile closing in on us.
Where? How? When? Why? I don't see pirates.
Should we be impressed? Or ashamed of ourselves?
I might be running ahead of myself here a little bit.
Oh, that's a big boy!
That is an Orion.
Oh, Orion?
Alexander Kerensky used
Perfect!
to keep in the palace
1v1 time!
It has strong armor.
Apparently I have chosen the right map for this. Alright. 96% on our mech. It's 1v1 time against an Orion. Oh, that hurt. You should not be trying to 1v1 this mech, by the way. Especially not at this range. I think my teammate cheated a little bit there. My set was almost popped off right there. But we could have still won the fight 1v1. However, do take note, we took a lot of damage on the side torso here. But that was a David versus Goliath fight, and we would have won that. So, I would say this mech works. What's your thought? Maybe if you're trying out especially those earlier missions, there's one, when you replay it in the simulator, you have to do the mission with only 125 max tonnage, and that means you're basically relegated to Mist Lynxes. So, this build could be the one for you. Try it out, let me know how it goes for you. Alright, for this video we had the Mist Lynx with our little SRM/ER small laser brawler build, and it turned out to be quite nice in my opinion. We tested it in the training grounds, we tested it in an actual mission, and I think it performed quite admirably, especially that 1v1 against the Orion was a nice little touch. But as you also saw, as soon as you're getting close to targets, you're taking a lot of damage, because that's when the inner sphere is bringing all its weapons to bear. The Orion, for example, with the medium lasers, the AC-10, the SRMs and whatnot, yeah, it kinda hurts. And these guys don't aim, they roll for hits. And if they roll a hit, they will hit you. No matter what you're doing at that point in time, they just aimbot you. So keep that in mind. That's also why range is always good. But in this case, range is not an option, so we go for maximum aggression. And if we had our star there, that fight would have been no problem whatsoever. What do you think of this format, guys? Is it too long, or do you enjoy seeing it in the mission as well as in the training grounds? Let me know in the comment section. Also, if there's a build that you absolutely want me to try out, or if there's a mech that you just can't make work, let me know and we'll try and find a good build for you guys. At this point, of course, I would like to say thank you so much to all my amazing supporters. Guys, I literally couldn't do this without them. And if you are not a supporter yet and would like to say thanks for the videos, please have a look at the video description. You will find links to my Patreon, my merch store, all the hardware that I'm currently using that you can get on Amazon, or of course you can become a channel member or send a super thanks right here on YouTube. Thank you.